We're all familiar with the name Jessica Lynch. Her story saturated the news soon after the U.S. invaded Iraq. She was captured as her Army unit was ambushed on its way to Baghdad. Almost 2 weeks later, grainy night vision video shows how U.S. soldiers carried her out of an Iraqi hospital. And soon fictional accounts of her experiences were leaked to the media by unnamed government sources. It's these accounts that put Jessica Lynch in the spotlight once again last week. She testified at a congressional hearing. The topic was misinformation from the battlefield. Lynch is still confused why the U.S. government sensationalized and lied about her horrific experience in Iraq. She spoke to Emily Corio about what this all means in her life today.
Jessica Lynch enrolled in the Army in July of 2001. She left for basic training a week after 9/11. She was scared. She knew war was likely in her future. But she was also young, eager, and, as she puts it, ready for the opportunity and the adventure that Army life presented. She would never be ready for what happened on March 23, 2003.
Following the ambush, my injuries were extensive. When I awoke at the Iraqi Hospital, I was not able to move or feel anything below my waist. My right foot was crushed. My left femur was shattered. The Iraqis in the hospital tried to help me by removing the bone and replacing it with a 1940s rod that was made for a man. Today, I still continue to deal with bowel, bladder, and kidney problems as a result from the injuries. My left leg still has no filling from the knee down, and I'm required to wear a brace just to stand and walk. When I awoke, I did not know where I was. I could not move. I could not call for help. I could not fight.
Back in the U.S., the story of Jessica Lynch's capture and rescue was incredible. A Washington Post article quoted a U.S. official as saying Lynch was firing her weapon until she ran out of ammunition, and that she continued firing at the Iraqis even after she sustained multiple gunshot wounds. She was fighting to the death. She did not want to be taken alive, the official said. The news brought the media to Work County in droves and turned Jessica Lynch into an American war hero.
I've read thousands of stories that said when I was captured, I said, I'm an American soldier too. Those stories were right. Those were my words. I am an American soldier too. So thank you for this welcome, and it's great to be home.
But other parts of the news reports, like the Washington Post article mentioned earlier, were lies. When Lynch was discharged from the Army, she tried to set the record straight. 4 years later, she was on Capitol Hill, telling her story once again.
When I remember those difficult days, I remember the fear. I remember the strength. I remember that hand of that fellow American soldier reassuring me that I was going to be okay. At the same time, tales of great heroism were being told. At my parents' home in Work County, West Virginia, it was understaged by media, all repeating the story of the little girl Rambo from the hills of West Virginia who went down fighting. It was not true. I have repeatedly said when asked that if the stories about me helped inspire our troops and rally a nation, then perhaps there was some good. However, I'm still confused as to why they chose to lie and try to make me a legend when the real heroes of my fellow soldiers that day were legendary. The bottom line is the American people are capable of determining their own ideals for heroes, and they don't need to be told elaborate lies.